I'm Pastor Dan. It is a beautiful day here in Indiana where I live. I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you live. I decided that I would come outside in order to enjoy this beautiful weather, and so I brought along my jump rope because I thought I could just do a little jump roping. But it is kind of hot today, and I get tired out really quick with the jump rope, so I thought maybe I would do something different instead. I also brought my Frisbee, and I thought that that would be a fun thing to play with. But I really don't have a lot of room. As you can see, there's a car coming right by, and there's a car right next to me, and so I don't want to hit a car or hit a window or anything, so I'm not going to do that. I decided that what I would do instead is play basketball. As you can see, my basketball is not really in a condition to play with. If I were to try to dribble it, it would just hit the ground and it wouldn't come back up. And that reminded me of our gospel for today. The gospel is quite long, but in the very beginning, we hear about how Jesus goes from town to town, and he teaches in the synagogues, and he heals people, and he sees these large crowds. And we're told that Jesus has compassion on the crowds. When someone has compassion, they are kind, they're caring, and they're willing to help others. So we're told Jesus has compassion. Well, one of the things that is important for us to learn from this gospel is that Jesus looks at people differently than we do. When we look at this basketball, we see what is wrong with it. And sometimes we do that with people as well. We see what we think is wrong with other people. But Jesus instead looks at people with love. Jesus looks at people with compassion. Jesus looks at people with kindness, with caring, and a willingness to help. And Jesus, who loves each one of us, because all of us, every human being is created in God's image. Every human being is a child of God. And that's how Jesus looks at each one of us. Jesus invites us to look at others that way as well, not to look at what's wrong with them, but to look at the things that God has given them, the gifts and the talents and the abilities that God has given each person. And Jesus invites us to look with compassion on others as well, to look at others with kindness, with caring, with love, and a willingness to help. That's something that we can all do.